Hi there and welcome to the Huddle, Lancaster Online's high school football pregame show. I'm Schweigert, joined by LMP sports writer Tim Gross. And Tim, before we go any further, I guess we should explain what we're doing here. The official start of the 2016 season isn't until next week, but thanks to the change in schedule brought on by the PIAA's move to 6 classifications, teams had the option of only scheduling one scrimmage and starting their regular seasons a week early. 3 teams in the Yellow League, Pequea Valley, Anvil, and Northern Lebanon, elected to do that, so they're going to be in action on Friday night. So for our game of the week, we'll be focusing on PV's visit to Schuylkill Valley on Friday night. Tim, what can you tell us about this matchup?
Well, Pequea Valley just came off a 6-4 record last year. It was their best record in school history. And it's really hard to visualize just how close they were to the playoffs. They were about as close to getting into the playoffs as you can be without actually being in them. So a lot of confidence riding on Mike Choi's going into his 3rd season as head coach. And he's instilled not only a winning formula at Pequea Valley, but he's really brought on a lot of pride and a lot of confidence and a lot of fun down there in Kinzers. So they're really riding high in the last couple of years. They've strung together some 5-5, 6-4 records. So, they're looking to build on that. Choi said, he wants to get to a point where, 8 wins, 9 wins is kind of the expectation there. So they're taking steps toward that. And this year, they've lost some guys, but they really have a good core of players coming back, including quarterback Jordan Lapp, who runs a triple option for them. Connor Hurst, a fullback for them, who can pick up some yardage for them if he stays healthy. And, a couple big guys and anchors on their offensive line, John Gregson and Tommy Koblenz, who were Section 3 All-Stars last year. So they've got a lot coming back, and they've got a lot of confidence going into the season. On the other end of the ball, Schuylkill Valley went 2-8 last year in Berks County, but they do have a starting quarterback coming back as well, and that's Justin Naraki. So those 2 teams will kind of size each other up and open up the season.
Yeah, pretty intriguing matchup to get things started. In one of the other 2 games on the docket this week, Anvil hosts Trinity. Tim, the Little Dutchman went 6-5 and made the district playoffs last season in their first year under coach Matt Gingrich. Tell us a little bit about what they're bringing back to the table this year.
Not a whole lot, actually. A bunch of guys graduated last year, so they're really trying to fill some gaps and find roles for guys this year. They're losing quarterback Adam Fox and running back Will Lanigan, who really accounted for a majority of their touchdowns last year. So, coming back, they have a new quarterback coming in. That'll be Noah Myers. His skill set's a little more tailored to passing, so we can expect, where Fox was more of a dual threat kind of guy who punished people with the thread running and actually running. Myers could be more of a deep threat throwing kind of guy. As an early test against Trinity, Trinity went 3-7. But they augmented their offense in the offseason, and they're pushing. They have a new OC. They're really pushing the speed and the skill guys this year. So that'll be a tough test for Anvil, which had some problems defensively last year, and they're trying to replace some guys too. So it'll be a test for them early on.
Okay, we'll see how that one shakes out. And finally, in our last game to watch, Northern Lebanon travels to Pine Grove. And Tim, the Vikings are 2-time defending Section 3 champs, but they have some graduation holes to fill as well. How are they looking as they make the trip up to Schuylkill County to take on the Cardinals?
The biggest question mark is their lines, their offensive line and defensive line, which are really strong and have really powered them to those section titles the last couple of years. They think they have the guys who can do it, and they're also going in with 2 guys who are kind of competing for the starting quarterback job. So again, some guys trying to fit into new roles and trying to see what they have. One solidifying force for them is running back Luke Funk, who's a 1,000-yard rusher. He ran for 15 touchdowns last year. And when you have a running back who's experienced and who can do things like that, it buys the guys up front and your quarterback a little bit more time to kind of get adjusted there. So they're hoping he can kind of carry some things early on, and guys can fill in nicely to where the guys who graduated left off and have set some expectations for that program.
Okay, well, thank you, Tim. And remember, you can follow our complete high school football coverage on Lancaster Online starting Friday night and running all the way through the end of the season. And of course, be sure to follow us on social media. For Tim Gross, I'm Schweigert. Thanks for watching.